Yes. JaqqChat EP003. Should sit here and wait a bit, let some people in. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. I just realised it made no sense because I can't hear myself. But yeah, bruv, we are here. We are here. Right, people are coming in. Shout out to whoever you are. First person that's locked in. Number two, second person inside the place. Not gonna do no long introduction because you can be asked, bruv. So we got Tony D, Dialect, and last minute edition, real deal, bruv. Let's fucking go. Bang. We here.
Yes. Oh, we here.
Lego.
Yes,
people.
Yes.
Yes,
How is everyone? How all of you? How are you lot saying? How's life?
Can't complain, bro. 2 thumbs up, man. It's half term, so I'm alright.
Oh yeah,
Yo.
you're off now.
Yeah.
Life's good, yeah, but I'm still complaining, blood. There's a bag of things that COVID, all of them things there to complain about. Life's been peak, but we're still here. You get me? So blessings to everyone, but.
What's the situation over in Pittsburgh like with all this COVID stuff?
Think we're getting hit with like 11 inches of snow today, bro.
Oh damn! So you got
apparently
problems.
Mother Nature missed the memo that there was a pandemic. So
That's what people
crazy.
going out though, bro. No one going outside in that.
Nah, bro. That's not even fun snow. That's not even like building snowman. That's just, you know what I mean? You got to step over the snow. Like, nobody's got time for all that.
People die in that snow. People die in that snow, fam.
Yeah, that's like the Shining kind of snowstorm right there. I'm cool on that. So,
yo, we had snow around here for a bit, and it was like it's like icing on a cake, a little dusting.
Yeah.
One like that. Oh,
yeah. No. People are moving like they can't walk, like their legs have stopped working, bro. Acting like it's all kind of an ice rink. I know it's slippery, but the way people in England act when it snows about, it's crazy, bro. It's like their whole life flashes before their eyes when they walk.
And the Berg is all hills too. Crazy. Pittsburgh is all hills. So like you'll see people out trying to drive these hills. I'm like, bro, where is common sense at, man? You know what I mean? And they be sliding everywhere. And I'm like, come on.
I know. In fact, when I went to Toronto, man, then for the King of the Dog battle with Chiller Blood, like, fam, the snow, but I've never felt air that cold in my life, fam. It took my breath away walking through the streets, blood. I swear to God.
Put things in perspective, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, so have you had like a lot of snow up north, Dialect?
There's been bits of snow here and there, and it has been quite bad in it. I think I don't know how bad has it been down south, and how long is it?
Nothing, bro.
No, it snowed for 4 days straight, bro. It snowed 4 days, but it never built up at all. It just stayed like a snowflake was hitting the milk. Like it was just the floor was wet and it was cold.
Yeah, that's it. It was like it had the coldness of a snowy day, the slipperiness of a snowy day, but not the snow of a snowy day, bro. There was no snow disappearing, bro.
Nah, it was pretty bad.
So yeah, so for these things I sort of take notes and that. I kind of came into it thinking I'll do some interviews and that, but as I've been doing these episodes, man, I can't be asked, bro. I can't be asked to be writing down all these professional questions. I'm not David Letterman, bro. I'm Danny Jaqq, bro. You know what I mean? I just enjoy bringing on some like-minded people like you guys and just chopping it up. But I do have some sort of notes down and stuff. And I thought let's get straight into the meaty bit, man. Since I got you both here, talk me through Tony D versus Real Deal, bro.
Yo, wow, I didn't see that coming. I should have.
So the highlight was the conversation we had. Was it that day, Tone, or the day before?
It was. I think it was the day before. It was the day before.
We were starting to talk about. I don't know. And when I tell you what the topic of conversation is, you're gonna be like, okay, that's super weird. But we started discussing that we think it'd be a great idea to put all pedophiles on one island together. You know what I'm saying? Like a survivor show of horrible human beings. You know what I mean? Like, you can't technically root for any of them. You know what I'm saying? But like cast them all off into their own island and make them like fight to survive. I don't know what. And if you know anything about organic, you start talking about some shit like that, his ears perk up. He's like, yeah, right? That'd be fucking crazy. I'm
spiraled out of control, man.
Yeah, so I don't even know what prompted it, man, but it felt like a genius idea. Like,
at the time, it was working.
It's inspiration pre-battle, you know. That's some intense talk. You get me?
Yeah.
Also, do you know what? We had a debate. You man can help with this debate.
Oh,
yeah?
okay.
What will win in a fight? Yeah, a chimpanzee or a Saint Bernard.
And when I say Saint Bernard, I don't mean like the Beethoven movie licking people's face. I mean like someone fed it some gunpowder.
It's a chimp. It's a chimp.
I'm taking a Saint Bernard, man. They're like 200 and some pounds.
Yo,
help me out here.
I'm not even gonna lie. I've got a laptop here open just so I can like work on the fly. I just had to Google what a Saint Bernard was, bro. I didn't know what that was.
You didn't know what Saint Bernard was?
It's like, yo, that chimp's gonna smash up Saint Bernard. That's a man, bro.
No. Here's the thing, though. Chimpanzees reach for appendages and shit, right? Like they grab your nose or your dick or whatever, right? Saint Bernards ain't. What are you gonna grab on a Saint Bernard? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good point, you know. But the thing is, obviously, chimpanzees, have rage.
You can tear off a grown man's arm. That's someone told me that when I was a kid. You can tear off your whole arm. And like, I believe that.
You talk about Planet of the Apes or something. Ain't no chimpanzee ripping no one's arm off.
A gorilla could do that, but not a chimp.
Like, you talking about King Kong, dog. We ain't.
Bro, do you say a chimpanzee or rip a man's arm off? Bro,
it won't, man. It won't. You don't have the strength.
You gotta put your arm out and stock it. Like,
and I believe them. I believe them. I believe them.
He sold you a lie. He sold you a dream with that. I don't know if the translations there, we call that a whopper right there. He told you a tall.
My money's still on the chimp, though. My money's on the chimp, bro.
Yeah, well, in fact, didn't Michael Jackson's chimp slap him up or something like that, blood? Like, I'm sure I think his chimp was going through puberty or some shit, and it got violent and slapped him up. Like, no joke from Michael Jackson. Yeah, but what was his name? Bubbles, Bubbles, man. He slapped up Michael, man.
Bubbles,
man.
Oh, man.
But I believe, though, if you own a chimpanzee, you deserve whatever fate comes to you, right? Yeah. If you decide, like, I'm going to go ahead and own this, I'm not mad when I see you're missing your nose. Or, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like people that have pets. It's like people that have pet snakes. So I'm like, all right, you literally are deciding, like, choosing to own the most deceitful animal going, bro. Like, people,
like the Bible tells you, like, yo, this is, like, I'm gonna just own it.
Yeah, bro. We cool people.
Read the Bible one time, he was like, them snakes, man.
Snakes, bro. There's snakes in the grass, bro. And where do you think that phrase comes from, bro?
That's some real shit.
Anybody that decides they're gonna own some kind of exotic animal, you got. Bill Burr was talking about
this smooth. Like, you remember Mike Tyson playing with his tiger? Like just kind of. Mike was a tiger.
Yeah, but one day that tiger, that's it, bro.
Yeah, but that's the thing. What was them guys at the circus? What was they called, man? Famous guys.
Ornament Bailey.
Vegas? No, at Vegas, them famous circus, but they whip the animals.
Siegfried and
those guys, man. Didn't one of them get trouble by the like whatever he was whipping, whatever he been whipping for 20 years.
I'm done,
bro.
One of my favorite things to watch is when circus animals go crazy. I'm just like, sign me up, bro. Like elephants, just tossing trainers. I'm bro. I'm all here for it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
In fact, I must have watched some program where I think some woman got attacked by a tiger, but it's held her down, you get me, and it's biting on her head, but it's not killed her yet, it's just holding on her, you get me, on the floor, So then imagine, you get the guy comes in with his gun and that, he's thinking, right, I'm gonna have to shoot this tiger, blood, aims at the tiger, lets off a shot, and hits the woman instead. He shot the woman,
That was his tiger the whole time, bro.
But
he set the tiger on them. That was his wife. He set the tiger on the woman.
And the trip is the tiger's probably just protecting the woman. He don't know what the hell he's doing. That's one of the biggest. Like,
he's coming to shoot you.
This is one of the biggest.
He was whispering in her ear, bro. He was saying he's coming with a gun.
Human beings. human beings have to stop giving animals too much credit for intelligence. Like animals are dumb as shit.
So
and people are always trying to be like, no, they're like really smart. Like, no, they're not. That's a pig. I don't care, bro. Like, it's dumb as shit. Don't be like, no, they're actually one of the smart. No, they're not, bro. Like, it's us. And then a distant second, I don't know what, a parrot or a dolphin or a chimp or something like way down there, bro. Like people love to be like, no, they're actually really smart. No, they're not, bro.
They'll see their pet cat like open a door and be like, oh man, my cat's so smart. It's like, yo, the cat put weight on a handle that's supposed to go down with weight.
I know. Meanwhile, you're watching that on YouTube. Like that's what we did. You're watching that on YouTube because we made YouTube, bro. When you open the door.
Like you know what's really smart? Albert Einstein, not this fucking dog who brings beer out the fridge for you. Like, oh, he's a border collie. I don't care. He's a dog. He's dumb as shit. Like.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We make up for it with our brains, yeah. Whilst in most situations we get fucked up by animals. That's the worst thing about it.
Oh yeah,
like, unless we're in groups, you know what I'm saying?
Because humans are almost also dumb as fuck, bro. Like who told the humans to go swim in the ocean? Like there's nothing out there for you. There's nothing out there for you, bro. So if you're gonna get nyammed by a shark, that's your business. You asked for that, bro. Or if you get
but what would the world be without salt fishing and all them things there? You get paid.
You ever think it is? People are always like, are there alien life forms out there? And they always automatically assume aliens are smarter. What if they're just dumbass, like dumber than us? Like super dumb people. You know what I'm saying?
Way out there, no hope of reaching us. No hope.
That's what I'm saying. They're just dumb as shit on some godforsaken planet that they're on that's terrible.
A whole race of Oompa Loompas without a willing wanted to guide them.
Oh man, it's a nice thought to think like maybe we are. Like, if there is life out there, I hope they are dumb as fuck, man. Like I hope they're dumber than us because like if we. I
just hate the fact we just assume they're smarter. Like I guess maybe because we do so much dumb shit on a daily basis. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but aliens in films they look dumb. Like you ever seen a smart looking alien, bro? They like all big eyed and goggly, and they all like they barely blink. They look thick as shit.
Yeah, like you see Signs, the whole movie they're scared of that thing, like in Signs.
And
then just stands there and lets itself get hit with a baseball bat. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what was supposed to be scary this whole movie.
I know, but then they were there letting gas out of their wrists, weren't they? Like I don't even know.
So all of this is
what movie are you talking about?
You never seen Signs, bro?
Signs.
It's solid.
He's like, what? No way.
Good film.
It's solid.
Good film, bro. Yeah, so this whole conversation, this is what Tony was thinking about when instead of his thinking about his rounds versus you, bro. The question that led to this was talk me through that, and we led on to monkeys.
I can only talk you through my way. Like he did what he was supposed to do and came and roasted me for 3 whole rounds, boy.
Yeah.
He
was saying some stuff, man. I had to
if I remember, though, that was a pretty dead event. It was a pretty, like, for King of the Dot, it was kind of a dead event, kind of a dead crowd. That was the event where Fresco battled Rome. Fresco battled Rome in that, right? He does he rhymed Jerry Sandusky, which show you where this man touched me, like, hold up the dogs. And he said, what did he say about Rome? Something like, when the accusations come out, you said something like, I just need some space. Sounds like something someone who got molested would say.
Oh man, like material like that in battles is like my favorite. Like obviously, like, big like complicated punchlines and stuff and metaphors are all sick. But when you're just straight up like stuff like that, it's like when done well, it's untouchable, bro.
It's
so,
the best.
Yeah, it is. It can really change the momentum of a battle sometimes.
100%, bro.
I'm so tired of writing like tough shit. I just want to write funny shit. Like I'm so like over like penmanship. I just want to clown people, bro. It's a lost art, man. Like,
I'm not that funny, man.
I think you got that dry humor, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's really dry in it. That Uncle Tony humor, you know?
Bro, like the team spell out friend zone bar and shit like that. Like that shit was hilarious, bro. You gotta give your humor some credit. Yeah, bro, that was crazy.
But like you know, the thing was, I write late, right? So I generally write with like a week to go, and then I write the third round the day before, right? So I write late.
I was
going Canada, So I needed to arrange some things before I went. So I had a hectic last week. So I was doing bits and pieces and scribbling and stuff. And I constructed the 3 rounds in the hotel, man. Like in the hotel, the day of the battle, I constructed the thing. And you know what's wild? Like I told this story about 10 times, but we was standing there right opposite each other, bro. And they was playing Fushnikins. And I was rapping along to Fushnikins. And it occurred to me, right, I know this song and I don't know what I'm about to say to this guy. I have no clue. And do you know the worst thing? Up until that was time for me to rap, I didn't think I was going to lose. I didn't.
Oh, that's confidence levels, blood. That is confidence level.
Bro.
I knew I didn't know it. But I just didn't think I was going to lose. And then you spat your rounds and I was like, oh, no, man.
Listen, man, it could not be worse than my Mac Myron situation. So I'm battling Mac Myron, right? This is a couple years ago. And I had all my material. And I go through my first round. And I'm like, man, they're not really rocking with me, right? So in my second, I like choke. Like I forget my stuff. As I'm trying to get back into my stuff, right, I'm like, man, I'm kind of getting my ass kicked. And I said it out loud, right? So now I just like, so that was the biggest reaction I got, by the way. So afterward, I'm bummed out, bro. Like, I'm so upset. I go on Twitter. I'm like, yo, I just got smoked. Haven't heard from this guy in forever. Daylight immediately like, you starting to get it now. Losing the new way. I'm like, not now, Daylight. So like, I'm walking back to the hotel. And the hotel is around like, there's like Applebee's and like, it's a typical, you know, one of them setups. And walking and it's hot and I got my shorts on. And I only bring that up because all of a sudden I feel like something like wet hit my ankle. And I swear to God, I'm like, what the hell? Bro, someone had thrown their ketchup tomato out their window and hit me, bro. After choking in a battle and getting smoked.
Wow.
It was just the ultimate, like, take this with you, bro. Like, I peeled a ketchup tomato off my ankle, bro. I didn't even want to drink, bro. I was like, oh, man. It was so bad. Mac Myron afterwards was, like, upset with me because he thought I, like, played him. Yeah, and I was like, bro, no, I had 3 rounds. I don't know what happened, bro. Like,
one of those things, man. Like, the thing is, no one planned for it to occur. No one planned to go in there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna forget my whole shit. It's just one of those things that happen. Like, I ain't mad at nobody.
People are like, why don't you freestyle? It's like, yeah, because that's cool. Like,
like, yo,
I wrote these for a reason
every time. Like, that's the best response to that. Like, okay, yeah, that's cool. That is the best response. Like, yo, like, shit hasn't been cool in a long time.
I wrote these bars for a reason because I thought they were good.
Yeah. I was gonna freestyle some.
Yeah.
Yo, on the same
worst
subject,
thing you ever heard.
On the same subject, bro. Dialect, man. You. I know it sucks when you choke. You are the funniest looking choker ever, bro. Like, that sounds mad wild, but like, I mean, in a sense where like. When you start, you see it in my impression, bro. You always do the same.
Yeah.
You look more confident when you're choking because you roll your shoulders. you're like, yeah, and like, what you say yeah to, bro?
It's like, yeah. No,
I rate it. You're trying to keep it up, but you're like, it's like the misplaced confidence. You're like, yeah, I don't know my shit. Let me just keep saying yeah till I get out.
Yes, you know what I mean? But it's one of them ones, man. I've always been one of them battlers. Like, I'm a good performer. I like a well-rehearsed battle. You get me?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
For me, like, I'd say it takes me like 3 weeks to write a battle. Like, I could never go to a battle and have written it the day before because, like, if I've not written it maybe in the 2 weeks before I'm going to do it, it's kind of curtains. I managed to get my Loso material out in 2 weeks, surprisingly. You know, obviously around the time my sister passed away and stuff like that, I wasn't in a great place, but because of the amount of pressure on me, I managed to get it out. But then you saw that I ended up choking in my third because of it. And it's simple things like me not having enough time. You know what I mean? Can cause it. So,
I think I've almost choked in like 20 other battles too. But I adopted like little dumb shit to help me buy time. Like if I say something that gets a semi-reaction, I'll be like, what? Crazy, bro. Meanwhile, in my head, I'm like, "What's your next bar, bro?" Like, you know what I mean? And then
there's nothing worse, man. There's nothing worse. You know, when you go through and you're like, come on, it's there, it's there,
Yeah.
there. It's like there's a wall, there's a curtain, and all you're waiting on is someone to pull the string and the curtain open. You're like, boom, that's the one.
Yeah.
But, oh my days, it's tough.
Yo,
It's
I've had 22 battles, man. Way more than that if you count the ones I've had to do repeatedly on tour. But like on like that one tour I did. But on 22 battles, I have almost choked in every single one. Every single time, bro. At least once. Because, bro, my memory is shot to shit anyway. Like, like when I first started battle rap, I was dog shit, bro. I was awful. I was choking all over the place, and my content was horrible. But as you go through experience and stuff, you develop like you said, Trev, like you develop things that you can buy yourself time with, and like maybe throw in like a little 2-line like joke or something. I do like quite a lot. But if I strip that all the way and I didn't do any of that shit, I choke every battle. I damn near know. Because I can't retain information. Even information I write for myself, I can't hold it in, bro.
People will say to me, they're like, bro, you got 125 battles. Is this like second nature to you? I'm like, no. I'm nervous every time. I pace every time. The worst part is standing there when they got you both mic'd up and you're like waiting. I feel like they're running that same instrumental that bum 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 bum. You're just standing all dumb. Like I'm like, bro, it does not get any easier, man. Like,
yeah, bro.
Oh man, yeah. There's no lie when mum was talking about mum spaghetti. You get me?
Yeah, bro.
Man,
you know what? I don't get that. I don't like. I love that. Come on, in. I love that. I never felt nervous at all. Like,
you're different,
like I said,
bro.
even when I didn't know what I was gonna say against Trevor. And right up until I was going to speak, I thought I got this in the bag, man.
Man, you're a G for that.
Yeah, teach us, bro.
I don't feel like probably it's battle rap. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Right before, though.
Yeah.
I tell myself that. But then, like, the day of, I'll be like, yo, what if this person got some real crazy fire? And I'm like, yo, why are you even thinking that? Who cares? You know what I mean? I'll be in my own head, though, man.
Now, you know what? That's a piece of advice I always give, like up and coming battle rappers. I tell them, never ever concern yourself with what he's gonna say. There's no way of predicting what he's gonna say. So you're gonna do yourself crazy thinking about it. You're gonna go nuts. You know what I mean? So like, it's best if you just focus on you. Don't worry about them at all, because you're gonna go nuts. If you start thinking, oh, but what if he says this? Which remind me, of bro. Congratulations on your title match, by the way.
Oh, my man. My man.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, man. Like, big, very,
your
very
third, the strategy of your third, where, like, you knew he would have mentioned something. You knew he goes first, so you get to go last.
Right.
You knew he was going to say something about your dad. He was going to bring it in somewhere and tie it in. That you plugged it in a bar, like, bro. You see the strategy of that, of how to rap, like that's what makes you the champ. Like that's how it's that kind of strategy and stuff that you put in there that's working different.
That's big praise for you, GOAT. Thank you. But like I said, with that battle, and you hit the nail on the head. I said the only thing I got here that's super rebuttable, if that's even a word, is the wilding out thing. So I'm gonna put it in the third, so you can't even rebuttal it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm like, I won't really be, I'll be direct, but the third, I'll be super direct, because I feel like if I would have took the same approach all 3 rounds, it would have gotten stagnant. It'd be like, okay, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it was all strategy.
I was definitely happy with it.
Man. It was an absolute clinic. Like the back and forth was crazy, man. Like take nothing away from Sharon, but you kind of predicted like the corny angle, like you talking about deceased people. It's not like that's not what we here for. It's not even but like so that same you knew he was gonna draw for it, and you like just the way the whole way it was handled. But the back and forth, bro, it's one of like I don't enjoy battles that much anymore. You know what I mean? I don't have that. Watching that one, like okay, this is it's two people right at the top of their shit, just going toe to toe.
I feel the same way you feel with the battle rap nowadays a lot of times, bro. And I hate saying it because I feel like I come across as a douche. When I'm like, I don't be really even watching that many battles. I feel like it's a douche thing to say, but it's honest. I don't have time, bro. I'm not to set aside an hour to watch a battle. That's why you and Frankie was only like a 20-something minute clip. I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? But like this whole hour, you know what I mean, man? I got shit to do, man. Like, and I get real mad when someone says something real terrible, I just give up on the battle. Like early on, I'm like, what we just
forget.
Yeah. Yo, you had a whole different like not different actually, because you were like that against Chiller as well. But like, I don't know, like you said, you don't like writing like serious stuff or like tough stuff in that. But you were really rapping. Like you were snapping all 3 rounds, snapping. Obviously, you had like the round things for second where you're a bit more jokey. But even then, you were like, it was like a whole different energy to like what we used to as well. So it was really cool to see. Yeah, really good.
And I don't know if you guys get the same way, but I get bored with my own material if I know I'm writing the same kind of every 4 or 8, you know what I mean? Yeah, so man. Like I'm like, I got to throw a joke in there or some like funny angle, or like you like Danny, you was saying, I'm trying to like add different elements like the rapping or just something. So at least even if you don't rock with it, you'll be like, yo, he did this in this round. You can pinpoint little stuff, man. So I appreciate it.
It's all drama, but it's all drama. You have to take them on a story, do you know what I mean? And convince people it is, you know, a very strategic approach. I find battling a very strategic thing, do you know what I mean? I won't just go there and just drop random bars. It's mad. So some people think of the punchline, then do the setup and then piece it together. I literally have to write my round for round, like in order, you get me? I'm thinking of the story as I'm going along and how can I end it. That's kind of how I write, you get me?
Wow, I get you though, like because I do kind of the same thing. I know what I'm going to do first and second, and I know third I'm just going to spaz but I construct stories, you know what I mean, like narratives within them. But I don't get that people who they'll hear someone's first and they'll go, okay, I'll spit my third now. But if I was to do my that's my whole day ruined, bro. Like,
if you can do that, you're a beast, bro. Like,
different gravy.
But then that's the thing. Like, I prefer to do my stuff in order, and I'm going back to the low soul battle. Imagine my second round, was actually my third round. I remember writing that last. It was my weakest one, and I don't know why I decided to on the day spit my third in the second round, but I just did it just because I kind of felt like, you know what, I was getting off him, I'm going to put that one there. And then my third round, which I actually ended up choking in, imagine that was obviously my original second round, and I knew that better than my third, but I ended up fucking up on my third round because I put it in the third place. Because I switched it. It's mad. It's mad what it can do to you. Like, technically, I shouldn't have choked at all. I should have choked in the second round, which I didn't. But it's just kind of it's a mad thing. It's mad, man.
I've never done that, bro. I've never switched nothing, man. Like, it's hard for me to hold it in the order I wrote it in. Like, so I'm trying to switch it around. Like,
I wouldn't even if I felt like a round specifically pertained to what they just said. I just know, bro. I'm like, let me just leave it where it's at, because if I move it around here, another thing, bro, 100 times out of 100, if I win the coin toss, you are going first.
Oh,
you are going first.
Oh yeah, and only because I can't remember right now. So you go first.
As soon as they're like, you said heads, it's heads.
Yeah.
Bro, you
go. That is key.
You know, it depends actually, because sometimes I say you go first.
It don't. You think it does? It don't. Always go second.
But if I'm really nervous and I want this shit done, I'll go first. Like, because that means I finished first. So for their third round, I can just sit back and drink my beer and fucking like enjoy the shit. You know what I mean?
Sit back and drink your beer anyway.
That's true. Bro. That's true. I didn't drink. I didn't drink during battles up until my last 2. Out of 22, I never drank. Because the last time I drank for a battle, I choked all 3 rounds and was not allowed back on Don't Flop for a year. So I didn't do that shit again.
Put a ban on choking?
Yeah. But I was a tryout.
He wasn't treating you right at all, bro.
No, bro. Yo, this is for all trials. If you choked, you weren't allowed back. That was the way it was, isn't it?
Oh, this was your tryout?
It was my second battle. So yeah, my like retrial. My first one didn't get uploaded.
By then you meant to be focused, bro. Like early doors, out the gate, you meant to be coming in like first 3 whirlwind.
I don't know if I like that rule though, because like we were saying earlier, choking's not intentional. You know what I'm saying? So if let's say somebody gets through like a quarter of their round and I can tell like, yo, they're kind of fire if they just get their shit together, I'm more inclined, you know, because there's people that'll get through 3 rounds and you'll be like, yo, they didn't say nothing in those 3. Like they delivered it flawlessly. It was fluid, but it was hot trash. Like
I lost all 3 though. I choked all 3 rounds. Like, this is back when I thought I smoked weed. I didn't. I lost it all, bro. I was gone.
Well, it's one of them, but like I was saying about the performance thing, yeah, like I've never been drunk in any of my battles, and I've done close to 50 battles, yeah. I've never like been under the influence, but just smoking at least. But obviously I smoke all the time, so I'm high most time when I'm spitting bars in it. But yeah, I've never got too drunk, yeah. And then when it comes to obviously I had my first choke in my battle with Skirmish. So if you can imagine, I'd not choked anywhere up until then, which was still quite a few battles. And I do think when you're hungry at the beginning, yeah, there's a certain standard that you're supposed to be setting. There's the hunger that you've got. And I know that with continuous prep and really wanting to do it, you can avoid having bad performances. But like, I think once I choked, yeah, I got a little something in my head, you get me? And like, I don't think I've ever been the same since, where it's not like I constantly choke and like that, you get me? And I've got quite a good steady performance, but like now I know I can do it. It's a bit like shit.
I was drunk against hammered against Cadillac Ron, and ever since then, I said, "Yo, you got to slow down." So what happened was they had us go to the venue at like 2 p.m. There's like 20 battles on this card. I don't know if you're familiar with who Dallas Cash is.
Yeah.
This man battled 3 times on the same card and caught 3 30s. So he won. Now, his opponents were terrible. However, bro got through 3 rounds 3 times on the same card. So I'm there with Caddy, Lush. I'm drinking. I'm thinking Caddy, like he's probably gonna throw some back. You know what I mean? This is like right after he went viral for the like shooting up mid battle or whatever. So he's sitting. I don't even think he was like smoking a cigarette. So I'm drinking. Finally, it's like fucking 1 a.m, bro. I'm waiting to go on. This battle goes on right before mine. I'm sitting there drinking. Dude disses me like randomly in the battle. I don't even know this dude. So I'm like, I'm about to throw a bar at him when I go. So like, all right, next we got Real Deal and Caddy Run. So I stand up. You know when you're drunk and you stand up and it hits you, you're just like, woo. So I stood up like, oh man, I shouldn't have been sitting down and drinking. So I say a bar at the dude, and it's weird. And then I try to go into my writtens and forget. So I tried to just freestyle. And I literally go, Cadillac Ron, I battle rap moms or some shit. And just went into the worst freestyle. He was flawless, bro, for 3 rounds. Like he didn't sip alcohol, nothing. I'm like, damn, Caddy, you hustled me, bro. Like,
man, that's how I was against him. When I chose against him, I was steaming. Like we was meant to battle early, and the trains had been messed up. So he was coming from south, and it was taking him all day. So I'm sitting in Fiddlers, but I'm in a pub. Like I'm in a pub, yeah, not like I'm in a pub. Smoke breaks. So we go in there. Like, listen, by the time it came, I couldn't even see properly, man. I'm trying to get
bro, you know I'd never get. I'm not gonna say no names on that, but there's men out there that drink and smoke and do the old Charlie and that, and then they jump on stage like it's nothing, bro. Like I couldn't think of anything worse than going up on stage off my nut, bro. Like, imagine how. Like I would have number one, I'd have a panic attack immediately, and you can. Sometimes you can see it, but I'm like, I could not go up there under the influence of everything and rap to a crowd full of people, bro. Like getting the bus is an ordeal when you're that like, bro. Like standing on stage.
I don't know how people do it, bro.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like I always smoke and drink before a battle. Like you don't see you there with me, man. You're out there with me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, you got 1 beer an hour. That's what I'll do, right? So like,
that's not a bad ratio.
It'll start at noon.
Like
I'll be like,
don't flop. I'd have been the main event for most of the things, so that means going all day without drinking or smoking. Battle rap event. It's not gonna happen, is it, bro? Like honestly. It's not gonna happen.
Look at me sitting there like, I've never been in an event, bro. I'm like, I know.
So the key, you rap, bro. The key is to 1 hour, like take it easy. You know what I mean? Don't go overboard. But yeah,
I was pretty close to drunk against Quill because I kept grabbing your beer and shit. I wouldn't say I was probably. I had a nice little solid buzz. I'm not gonna front, but I.
Oh, that was it next night. Oh yeah. I remember that. Bro, I forget battles I'll be booking, bro. I just realized you battle. I was like, when did you battle?
I forget battles I've been in. I was just sitting here realizing that I battled both of you. Yeah. I don't even know what order you lot are in on the screen, but yeah, Dialect are up there, Real Deal's there. But yeah, I battled both of you. Like, who
knew? And think about this is the trip, right? How many rounds and material you've written for someone that you'll never use again, bro? Ever, bro. 150 battles worth. I couldn't remember one round. If you put a gun to my head, spit one of your rounds, I'm dead, bro. Like I literally once I'm done with it, I'm like,
yeah, it just goes out of my head.
Yeah, I'm like,
no, finish. Like, do you know who's good at that? Danny. You remember a lot of your bars, don't you, Dan?
I do, yeah. I was just thinking. I was like, I had one. I battled in Dublin last year, and I was saying to Jade, I was like, I had a scheme. I say a scheme, like a section. I was just spitting it to myself while cleaning over and over again. It just stuck in my head. I was like, yo, that shit was quite cold. Yeah.
How, bro?
You know what?
It's gone. Like, I mean, like, you know, it's proper that Kaiser Sose moment. You know, it doesn't exist. It's gone. It's out in the ether. Like, and I mean, literally within 7 minutes of coming off stage. Yeah, if you was to ask me to recite a bar, I don't know. I don't know. We have no clue.
Do you know what it is? It's because, right, so I had memory problems as it is anyway. And I just see someone said I got 3 cleans round out against Big J. I've got 3 clean rounds out against nearly everyone I've battled because I almost forget all the time, but I will catch it before the reaction dies down or whatever. I always catch it. You'll never notice. It's like the first time people will hear me saying this now. But the thing is, if I have gone through everything I have to do to memorize my rounds, the only way I'm going to remember them is if I remember them forever. Because if I'm only going to remember them temporarily, I will never remember them on the day. I have to torture myself with my own material to be able to do it on the day. Battle rap isn't fun. No, I'm joking, but it's a big ordeal having to memorize all this shit. So I have to remember.
You know what? That's the part. The memorizing is the least. I love the writing. I really enjoy the writing. And you see, like, standing on stage and making everyone shh while I talk, and then you make noise because I said something.
Yeah.
Like, bro, my ego is so at home there.
I love it.
Yeah, all day long. But you see that the memorizing. You see the 3-4 hours in a night. Where, like I said, like when I battled Serious last year, I did Linda's podcast, Pod Have Mercy.
Yeah.
So I was at hers until maybe gone midnight. I went home, wrote my third, memorized it, went bed, woke up, recited it, went and battled Serious. Like, I couldn't, I couldn't sit for like a proper. I need to just get it out. Like, that's where my fun is. My fun is just putting it together. Like, you see the memorizing and learning this shit over and over again for 3-4 hours a night. Bro, that's why I was taking last week. Because you see, doing that for 3 weeks. Nah, bro. Nah. I'm sorry. Like, I can't, man.
Nah. But like, so that's the thing. So what I do, I write early, and then I'll write I'll write early. I'll write around maybe like a round and a half, or like a round and a half's worth of bars. I don't know where they're gonna go. But I'll get, like, as soon as I confirm the battle, I'll get ideas coming to me straight away because I'm gassed. I'm like excited for the battle. I'm like, I'm all motivated. And then a week later, I'm like, oh man, I got nothing. And then I'll leave it for like the 3 weeks leading up to the battle. And then a week before, I'm like, oh shit, I've only got a round and a half. So I write another round and a half and then put it all together. But then for like in the week, maybe 4 days minimum, 5 days minimum, I'm literally shouting it to myself for 5 days straight.
That's brutal.
When I was in Dublin, the day before my battle, I battled on a Sunday. If you're doing a 3-day event, don't put man on a Sunday. I'm not gonna be I had no voice, bro. Good. But like, so I got steaming on Saturday. Got back to the hotel at like maybe like 4 or something. Jade was being loud as fuck. I'm like, shut up, man. I just sleep. Like, she's just shouting and laughing around. But bless her. But then so I went to sleep, woke up, and then like Jade's obviously just waking up because she's just like hungover. All she can hear is me screaming my rounds out in the shower from like 8 in the morning. I was in the shower for like 2 hours, bro, because I was just reciting my bars over and over again. That's the sort of shit I have to do to get my shit locked in, man. It's different.
Well, for me, it's a systematic thing, yeah. In terms of like saying, give me a month in it. I'll write around a week, and on the 4th week, I'm just practicing all 3 rounds. You get me? And that's kind of how I like to write. I like to let it marinate. You know what I'm saying? You have to rub the thing in this. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, let it marinate, fam. And then, like, if I have 4 weeks prep, yeah, you will get a top tier dialect, no fuck ups, anything. You get me? Anything less, that's when you might start to see little cracks. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't like to take battles on short prep, because it's like if you want a good performance, a good whatever, I'd rather take the time to do it. And yeah, I'm quite a slow writer, but I'm a perfectionist in it. You get me? And when the performance comes, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Just real quick, just like people are commenting and shit. So yeah, as you can see there. So Eddie, shout out Eddie. You know, long hair Eddie. I think you guys all met.
Shout out Eddie.
Yeah,
Eddie,
he's the man, bro. He's the man.
Man like Eddie.
Me and Eddie.
Trevor, I'm pretty damn sure you've met him as well. He's long-haired kid. You probably won't remember him.
Probably to see him, yeah.
Yeah, he's front row everywhere, bro. But yeah, so he said favorite battle bar you've written and favorite battle bar of each other's. So we'll do the first one. Favorite battle bar that each of you have written. I'll jump in as well. I'll go last though.
Well, I say it all the time. My blood pressure bar against Scoop in it. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite bars like I've ever written. Yeah, you know what I mean. It was a bit outside of the box. I remember when I was writing it as well, I was thinking, a lot of men like to do fat jokes and this and that. Yeah, if I'm gonna say anything about that, I need to do it with some style, little flavor, something different. You get me? And obviously, came out with that blood. So that's probably my favorite bar. And then what you wanted me to say? One of Tony's and Real Deals?
And mine, bro. Man battles as well, you know. Like, yo, we take this man off the street, bro.
You're such a good host, Dan, that he forgot.
That old chestnut, man.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I needed 4 weeks prep, man. You can't be dropping them kind of things on me.
No, I'm joking. Yeah, Tony and Real Deal. If you can remember any of mine, run it. But I don't have much faith with this lineup here.
It's going to be tough to remember bars just because I've not watched battles in so long.
Yeah,
ask me this question how long ago? Yeah, so let me think. I really can't think of like a bang on favorites for each.
Tony, what's your favorite bar? Sorry, mate. What's your favorite bar?
I couldn't tell you about what I've written. Not one single one, man. Like none. Well, what was the one you said earlier about the teeth?
Where your teeth spells out friend zone. But you have a better bar. You have a better bar in that, bro. You touched down in the pad and switch characters like GTA Bomber Clark. That was mad.
Yeah. I love the pin drop line you had against Respect BA was so crazy. He said, so if you can hear, he said, so I forget what you said, basically about you being quiet, like a quieter kind of battler. He said, so just know if you can hear a pin drop, there's a live grenade attached to it. I thought that shit was, I don't know how you worded it, but that was crazy. That shit, your opener against Frankie in that last one was crazy,
man. The bucket line.
The Bucks.
Was it the bucket
against Ray?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. It was in like we did it in July.
Yeah.
But bro, do you know what I can remember from Real Deal, bro? When you battled B Magic, yeah, it was first, third, and fifth is trash. Like the way. At that time, the way you just kind of took his whole thing and just like, yeah, this is what you do. It's like this. And like, because you had whole setups about it. Like, it weren't just that. But that's the scheme that I'm talking about, man. That shit was just crazy.
I think my shit that I like is so random. And it's never from like I told, I was on iBattle and I said some shit about like, you can catch me in Marcy like Jefferson Darcy. And I thought I don't know if you guys get married with children over there.
Yeah.
So Jefferson Darcy, you can get to me in Marcy because Marcy is like in New York. That's where Jay-Z is from. And then I told XL, he was dumb and soft. He's like an acoustic version of a stupid person. I don't know why.
That's my type of shit, bro. That's my type of shit.
That's what I'm saying. The shit I like that I write is always just like super random and dumb and shit. But
you know what? Something that I wrote for Shorty. That I knew only people in Manchester was gonna get, But he's like, got this cat's head in a bag, like Curry Mile. Yeah, you find this cat's head in a bag on Curry Mile. And literally, like about 3 weeks before I battled Shotty, they had found a bag full of cat heads on the restaurant of Curry Mile. So I knew if you was there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, and I knew I had to ease my way into a battle in Manchester. So let me throw out some local references real quick.
Yo, one of my favorite. So one of like a line that I wrote, I got like two. I don't know if you lot have seen it. Me versus Raws, bro. It's like one of my most quoted bars is the financial stability bar, bro. Right? He's like, because Raws was like,
I remember that, you know.
He's like, Raws said to me, he's like, you don't get girls with your rapping ability. He actually did say that to me as well. He's like, you don't get girls with your rapping ability. I was like, you know what? You're right. I don't get girls with my rapping ability because all this time I thought it was good looks and financial stability, but that was a huge part.
Yeah,
that's pretty incredible.
That was a fire back in it.
And then another line, like this is another sub question going for this. Like a line that you wrote that did not get anything, but you've always loved. So my one is like, I was like, the setup is very me at the beginning, so bear with me, right? But I was like, fire's what I write. The pen catching flames. I got to kill dudes to them stacks around. So now I'm in flight. Denzel landing planes. I got to spin you so I don't crash and burn. I don't know if you've seen Flight, but Denzel has to spin the plane.
Oh yeah, I've seen Flight.
Yeah, bro.
That's dope.
What? Fire, bro.
You know, I love the way you gas yourself, man. I went on your Twitter feed before we came on here, and you were just gassing yourself.
Yeah, bro, because someone else does it for
man. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready.
Yo, man, you gotta live. I always hate on myself, so I thought, let me switch it up today, bro. Let me beat myself up on it, bro.
Definitely, man.
So you like bars that you wrote that you think got nothing, that you're like you hate the fact you got nothing for it.
Boy, do you know what? Yeah, I'll just say a whole battle I feel like I got nothing from. One of my worst battles, I don't ever watch back. Yeah, it was when I battled Gemini, the motherfucker. I'm telling you now, yeah.
Did he smoke you twice?
What?
Didn't he smoke you twice? I remember that.
Never. He just beat me on the first occasion, and then we had a Marvel versus DC together.
Sorry, Marcus, bro. Just beat you. Remember this impression I did of you? Remember the impression I just did of you choking? That is from that battle, bro. Nah, that
battle was peak, fam. That battle was peak. It was one of them ones where I knew I was dropping certain stuff, that it was still decent. But you know when the other guys just got the crowd on your side, they're just looking at you, listening to your bars. They're like, nah, fam, you're dead, but you're dead.
You just in that one, you just had an unfortunate time with the choking stuff. But I am playing. I'm just doing it to.
But then it's one of them ones that I remember in particular. Yeah, do you know, like imagine you're getting that name top tier and people are fucking with you or whatever. Yeah, and you get given a newcomer. And you just slightly underprepared, blood. And I was stood there just like, God damn.
Yeah. He came with it because he was on a great run. He just beat Raptor, then he just beat
of course, man.
Like he was on a
it has to happen though. You get me? It happens to the best of us. You know, like you have to get sometimes licked down. You have to come back strong because I think that's where for a little while I took a little break. And then when I came back with the scoop thing, for example, I took maybe about a year and a bit out of battle rap. And then I got backed into a corner, blood, because you dropped out of the battle with Scoop, and then Scoop's calling me out on Facebook and that, you get me? And it's just like, I was thinking, I was like, not another newcomer, blood, I can't take this shit, you get me, blood? So I remember it just put me on edge, but to just go in hard, man.
I was gonna say, you came into that battle heated, bro. I was like, Ross, I remember that blood pressure line, the reaction from it, bro. Because next in line one, I had barriers, so I was protective, bro. It's just me and
that battle was funny.
Everyone poured into the ring, didn't they? Remember? I was like, yo, everyone chill out, bro.
Reaction levels, man. Reaction, but it felt good that took me back to the old days. You get me, where you could just say anything stupid on stage, and the place would roar.
Yeah, for real. So we got another fan asked question here. I know I just asked my question, but I want to get interaction and shit.
There was
okay.
I always say when I battled Nestle, this is probably like 10 years ago, and it was like fresh off his house burning down, which is tragic, right? But I said I said, because this is all true. I said Nestle had a song on NBA 2K called "My House." I said I didn't buy it. Ironically, I burned it. Like nobody.
That's fire.
And he legit did have a song on there called "My House." It was on like the soundtrack of NBA 2K.
Yeah, that's a quality bar, bro. That's a quality bar.
And again, it's a slippery slope. It's kind of job for me to even venture into that. But I'm like, if I'm going to, I might as well take a humorous approach.
Yeah.
No, I said to Charlie Clips at Checkpoint, I said, you hit a wall from an Eastern block, this Checkpoint, Charlie. I'm from East. We was at Checkpoint and he was Charlie. Come on, bro. And it just, because apparently no one knows British history.
Nope. I do not. I'm not even hating. Like,
well, no, I say British history is German, really, but there used to be a thing called the Berlin Wall, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that little thing.
Yeah, that little thing there. You know what I mean? But yeah, crickets, man. Like, and do you know what he got a reaction for? I'll get Tony Starked.
Yo, what does that even mean? I will get Tony Stark, you know, bro.
Yo, like, Clips is the best at selling trash, bro.
Oh, he'll put makeup on a whore real quick.
Yeah, quick. Like, he could sell it, man. He could really sell it, but like the most trash bar, but he will sell it like, ooh, did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm not. That was my first. That was the first main. Like that was one of the first live main events I'd ever seen. That event was the first event I ever went to as a battle rap fan. So that was the first time I seen you live and Charlie Eclipse live. I'm not gonna lie. When he did that Tony Stark line, I was like, woohoo, because I didn't know nothing.
Of course it was, because like, everybody, bro, the whole crowd went and I was standing there like, bro, what does that mean?
If you ask. Direct will tell you I'm the worst person to watch a battle with because, bro, I was in the building when DNA said 2 hands close to the 12, 11:30, and the whole crowd went crazy. Crowd goes crazy. I tapped Direct. I said, I'm going to get a beer, bro. I'm not watching this anymore. I was like, I'm getting upset. And he was like, bro, it's battle rap. I said, no, bro, I'm getting upset. Like, I was mad as hell. I'm like, this isn't even, my man just is, that's too much. I was like, I can't do it.
What did he say?
He said, I got 2 hands close to the 12, 11:30. And I was like,
you couldn't get further away.
But it was like the fourth. It was like the fourth
point away.
It was like the fourth terrible line I had heard that night. And every time I tapped Direct, I'm like, that was terrible. Direct's like, bro, can you just enjoy the raps here? And I'm just like, no, that was terrible, Direct. I was like, I expect better from you. And then finally, when he said 11:30, I said, I'm grabbing a beer, man. I'm not doing this. So I'm not giving this my undivided attention.
So Joshua Owen asks, what about your favorite opponents? There's a lot of battles here that you're asking. Collectively between us, that is a lot, bro.
Bro, the ones to me, the ones that are less intense, like Quill. I love battling Quill because he's funny, he's cool, but he's dope. He'll drop, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like, I always love going to like over you guys' side of cross the, you know what I mean? Like,
how many times have I booked you twice now, haven't I? Versus Raptor and versus Quill, yeah. And both times you were like battles of the night, like debatably battle of the night both times. Like, what was on launch codes? It's Frankie versus Dialect. And literally everyone here was on the card, and you versus Jims.
Jims. I was so sick.
You were mad ill. Yeah, you were mad ill.
I came in, I battled, I left. That was shitty.
Soul, I enjoyed the Soul battle.
I'm gonna say that battle, man. You win. Like, it's always good when you see two people, like just two people that's really at the top of their game, and it's between each other, there's no real animosity. You both gotta acknowledge each other's fire. Going back, and you see the energy in Edinburgh, bro.
Listen, people won't get it. Me and you had to battle Respect and Soul in Scotland. That's like battling Jesus in Nazareth, bro. But don't get me wrong, like they showed love. The crowd showed love.
They showed mad love.
But like, when they was like, on to my left, we got Real Deal. They were like, yeah. Nice little pop. I said, okay. Yeah. They're like, to my right, people were banging on the pipes like, you know what I mean?
So I introduced Soul versus you, real deal, and that is the best. That's my favorite hosting thing I've ever done. And then like a close second or third was introducing Tony and Respect as well, because number one, I got the joke off about Tony's haircut, bro. I was like the cleanest skin fade in battle rap. I was like, yeah, I'm a good host. And then,
but like, not anymore, bro.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah, mine are coming along, bro. They're small, but they're coming along.
Tone, you know they turned you into a GIF off that Soul battle.
Yeah. That same battle there, bro.
DJ Khaled used it like randomly to react to something.
Bro, it's crazy.
Somebody said something to him, and all of a sudden I'm like, is that Tony Diesel? That's fire, dog.
And I think it was one of your bars as well that had me.
Yeah.
But like me, you, and Dash looking like the light skin battle brigade, bro.
Trust me.
They only let light skin guys into that battle. Because the three of us are just in a row standing there like, whoo.
I was gonna say my claim to fame is like, you know that famous gif of Tony D, and you see that blurry looking light skin guy next to him going like this? That's me.
Bro, what's hilarious is before the battle, because it was like it was a dope venue. I'm upstairs, I'm running my bars, right? And this dude comes over to me and he's like, yo, kill it, man. I'm like, I appreciate it, man. He's like, just don't say anything about Train Spotting or Haggis. I was like, damn. Because like Train Spotting over here is just like a cult classic. It's not super popular. You know what I mean? Right, so I literally, I was able to scrap Haggis. I don't forget what I said about Haggis. I scrapped it immediately. But Train Spotting, so if you notice when you see the battle, Soul literally goes, so go ahead and spit your Train Spotting bar. And I ended it. My closer was a Train Spotting bar. But I mean, that's part of the uphill climb is I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like the joke was always, remember the running joke was always, don't come battle in London and mention Princess Diana. Like, please don't do that. Right? Yeah. So Scotland, I didn't feel like had any, I think kilts. That's what I was thinking. If I thought kilts, that's plain. You know, that's bland. I didn't know Train Spotting was like their national, like, and I told Soul, I go, bro, you know, I was going to say something about the Proclaimers, but I didn't think anyone would get it. That might as well be that 500 Mile song. That might as well be their national anthem, dog.
Oh, yeah.
That would have fought, man. That would have
he said I would have lost that round. He said, whatever round you put that in, I'd have lost that one.
Yo, what was that line you had? You're like, it's like, this would be a shorter thing than a flight from somewhere to somewhere else.
So that's the reverse of it, right? So I'm like, I got to think of some stuff to show the Scottish crowd like that I cared enough or whatever. So I'm like looking up like things about Scotland, and there's a stat that's like Scotland has the shortest flight. You can fly from East West Tray to Papa West Tray. It's like 20 minutes, right? So I'm like, ooh, I wasn't on board very long. Like, and I dropped the bar and afterwards they're like, yeah, nobody knows that, bro. And I'm like, what? So I felt like such a douche. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be like battling in Pittsburgh and be like, it's like that Andy Warhol painting. No, people like, I don't care, bro. Like, we don't care about that at all.
I thought it was like a mad obscure reference. I was like, okay,
it was.
I'm like, if anyone in this room's gonna get it, it's gonna be Soul. So I looked at Soul. Soul was like, I know that. I'm like, yo, you've gone the line, bro.
So that's what I mean.
Don't get it,
bro. I had Papa West Tray and Train Spotting in the same round, bro. That shows you you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you have to spread that over the rounds.
Papa West Tray don't even sound like a real place at all.
I'm not even sure I said it right. I probably even pronounced it wrong, dog.
It sounds like a rapper from like Middle America.
Papa West Tray.
Papa West Tray. You know what it is?
And bro, when I found out this statistic, I thought I stumbled across a nugget. I'm like, okay, now we're cooking with gas. This shit was trash. Big trash, dog.
Oh my, bro! I literally think about this all the time. You know when rappers like do exactly what I'm in tears, bro. That when you do exactly what you just did, when they find something, they're like, "Oh man, this is really gonna hit them." They get there.
I said, "Prepare for this roof to come off this building."
Bro, that one there, that will throw you off like nothing else in the world. And you can watch. You see, when you watch battles, You could watch and see a rapper as he threw it out there, yeah? And he was waiting for the room to go like that, and nothing happened. And he has to take another breath and an extra step to compose himself now because he was waiting on that. And nothing comes. Now he don't know what to do. I see it happen.
There's one giveaway sound, right? When someone says something like, I was going to use your bar, Trev, right? So from West Tray to Papa West Tray, nothing. They always do this. And then they go ahead. It's like one cough, bro.
Y'all got to catch up.
Yeah. All of a sudden, they get real thirsty. They start sucking the water out of the bottle like it's the last bottle of water.
Damn, so your boy Dallas, my man Dallas Cash had the best one. Dallas Cash, if you never met him, he's like a pretty big dude. He's probably 6'4". Like so I guess he had this closer that he thought was going to be the closer of all closers. Like people were going to talk about this to the end of time. He's battling this like Mexican dude who's way smaller than him. So he turns, he got his ending bar. He's like, "You'll be another dead Mexican." And he turns around, does a full 180, gets this close to dude's face. He goes, "Like when Selena died." And everyone was just like, "Yeah, she died. I get it." Bro, he barked his face up like you know those old commercials where dudes sitting in front of the speaker and you could have heard a mouse fart. Nobody cared about that fart at all, bro. They was like, what?
Man. It's even like so you expect that sort of stuff to happen at the small events, right? But it's even worse when it happens in like a massive event like the Ritz or Steelyard or something like that. And I was like, I can't remember what it was me being a dickhead, bro. But I remember, I think it was LSD and said something, made a joke or something like that, and I was drunk. And it's the worst thing you can do as a crowd member because, like, he said something, and it was like a joke, and no one laughed. I remember I just went really loud, like a dickhead, and then like the crowd reacted to that, but he wouldn't be able to hear it because he was right in the front. So he thinks he got like a delay thing, and then he sort of like half was like. That was a bit of a delayed laugh, but it must be for me. And I was like, oh, no, I feel really bad now, bro. That sucks.
At least you give him a boost of confidence, you get me?
It really was for him, Dean. And your ego has just made a different story. He's told the story way differently. Like, it was a delayed reaction by his bar. Because you said,
me.
Dean said, yeah, everybody was laughing at you, Dean.
No, you know why I know it was me, bro? Because bad other people turn around like, "Shut up, man." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, bro." Yeah, man. I'm always like, respect the MCs until I have a few beers. I'm like, fuck them. Like,
I get told off at events a lot of the time. You get me? I've got quite a big mouth, man. As soon as you hear me talking,
rappers are the worst. Rappers are the worst.
You ever be in charge of calling time on somebody, right? So, Danny, I know you have, right?
Yeah.
Bro. And you wonder how long you gotta hold your arm up. You're like, still rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So this is like one of the fucking nuttiest battle rap stories. I'm over in Boston, hosting an event. This dude, bro, I guess because his religion, like on Sunday, he couldn't use transportation or some shit, right? This motherfucker walks. I'm not lying to you, bro. He walked like 50 miles to Haverhill where we was at, like 50 miles. I'm not lying, bro, right? And it was hot, and he had like 3 outfits, right? And we kept saying, we're like, bro, we'll get you an Uber, whatever the case may be. He was getting like, bro, please stop asking me. Like, this is what it is, right? So anyway, he's battling this dude, and his rounds are supposed to be like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But I'm trying to help him out because he walked so long. But he's at like the 4-minute mark. I'm like, so he's got this scheme about the fucking 13 colonies, right? And he's like, but this Pennsylvania, if you're, and I'm like, so look, it's going nowhere, bro. It's going nowhere. So finally I go, time. And he goes, 4 more colonies, bro. 4 more colonies. Dog, he didn't say 4 more bars. He said 4 more colonies. I said,
colonies?
My God, like,
Colonies,
4 more colonies. I said,
yo, what?
Unbelievable. And like, so, bro, so crazy. He had a different outfit for each round. And meanwhile, we're not even in a venue. We're battling in a driveway. what I'm saying?
Yo,
like,
he's
it's
like the Grammys, bro. Like a Grammy performance coming out all the time and shit.
Bro. And then it was insane, bro. He ended up walking some crazy distance after that. But yeah, my man said 4 more colonies, bro.
4 more colonies. Bro, I'm just intrigued in that. What religion don't let you get a car on Sunday?
Bro.
Like, I need to know so that I avoid that
My
religion
man,
at
and
all
listen.
because I don't need your God in my life. I'm not gonna lie. Like, bro.
So you don't think he would have caught the flight from East Papa West Trader?
No, on a Sunday.
Would he be allowed to catch that flight? It's not a long flight at all.
It's 20 minutes. He'd have walked. He'd have walked there.
20 minutes, you there, dog.
When you're doing that thing where you're trying to call time and like, and you're like, I suppose, you know what it is, right? So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, right? If I'm doing it for you guys, if I've got time and time's ran out and you guys are going, I'm gonna be a bit more lenient, bro. If you're MC Papa West Tray, bro, I'm not gonna be as lenient. I'm gonna be like, listen, like you reach the time, like I asked you 3 to be here, you've asked me to be. There's a difference, but it's the worst thing. Like, nah, 4 more. But because I'm such a nice guy, I'm like, alright. Then after a while, I'm like, wait, am I a dickhead? Like, what do you mean 4 more, bro?
And no, that's what I mean. I'm not good at the abrupt arm drop. Like, so mine is always like the arm goes up. Damn, like
it's like some sort of like
like what are we?
You're massaging the air, bro.
It's like you're letting him know. You're letting a guy know you're going on a little bit here. You got to wrap it up now. Do you know what I mean? But some people are not good at hints. They don't take hints well.
You ever see when they put their arm out like their arm is gonna stop your arm? No, I got this. It's like, bro, this arm is coming down. Like,
it comes down.
I've done that, bro. I literally have done that. I've said stop my time when there was no reaction. Stop my time. Hold on. What a douchebag thing to do, dog.
But it's hilarious.
It's a bad thing to do. You see that if you've got 90-second rounds, or 2-minute rounds, don't write 5-minute rounds, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't do it, man. Like it don't make. I don't know why you would do it. It don't make no sense. That just chill.
Less is more sometimes, bro. Less is more sometimes, dog.
You know what it is, but like you said, when they put their arm out to stop your arm, as if I go to do the abrupt thing and they stop it midway, and I'm like, oh, you got me now. Like I can't.
Like your arm is hitting something when it comes out.
Like a bell
air.
or something. You know, like
it's air, but it's it.
You know, like in WWE when they go to tap out and the tag partner will stop their hand from hitting the mat. it's like, don't do it, man.
Also, why when you call time, and myself included, is it always in the same, like, it's always the same cadence? It's always a time. Like, why? Next time, just to be a dick, I'm just gonna be like, time.
It's the obvious approach.
Yeah. It's true. I've never noticed that. You know,
put your hand on his shoulder.
Yeah,
that's time. Jesus,
that'll do, pig.
Time.
That'll do. Fella.
I actually, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so dialect, bro. I wanted to ask you, how comes you're not you're wanting to move on from battle rap completely? I know it's a bit of a different subject, but I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I just feel like I've put a lot of time into battle rap. A lot of us have. You get me? And it's not to say that like I definitely don't have a love for battle rap like I used to, but I feel like I neglected my music quite a bit for a while. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, personally, that's my calling. So I thought, let me give myself some time. Yeah, I won't forgive myself if I just carry on battling and not kind of move on with at least my music campaign. It's not going to be the complete like end for it. Do you know what I mean? I think if the right thing brings me back, you know, right opponent, right, you know, circumstances, I may come back, but music's just a bit more important to me. But you know what? One thing about battling, you put yourself in competition. I don't need a forum or a mass amount of fans telling me whether I'm good or not. You get me? I know what I'm on. I know I can make music. I know I can do whatever. So I just wanted to just take myself out a bit of a competition and not have it a thing of you know, just constantly battling, because you're only as good as your last battle sometimes, and it is, you know, people see something happen and all of a sudden stop the belief in you, and I just can't be asked for that shit. But I'm a very different man to what I was when I first started. But 32 now, but I probably started battling when I was 24 or something like that. You get me? So it's like, you know what I mean?
People don't understand.
You go past the stage of. Oh no, that's cool. I've just got one more thing to say. I kind of feel like I've gotten. When you get older as well, I don't have this thing in my heart where constantly I want to be telling people how shit they are or hearing people tell me how shit I am. I can't be asked.
Yo, that's all I want to do. That's why I started this podcast.
I'm a fan of it.
Everyone's trash.
You know what I mean?
But people don't understand that mindset, right? I don't know if you feel the same way. Like when you're always in battle mode, it's hard to make music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's.
It's so difficult. The mind states are so different. Like with a battle, you're focusing on one person, and it's like the negativity. You're looking just to break them down. Whereas music is a whole. Music is a building thing. You know what I mean? Like your mindset is completely different. So and you get stuck in it. You definitely do get stuck in just that.
Yeah.
Like I want to kill. I just want to destroy you.
Right. This attack mode.
It's not a good place to be. Yeah, it's attack mode at all times, man. And if you can't really make music in attack mode, there's only you might can make one song where you're just spazzing at the imaginary MC, but you can't make a whole album of those songs. Like that's not how it works. You know what I mean? You express yourself differently. So yeah, the mind state is so different, and I don't think a lot of people appreciate how. Like it's a different head that you put on. You know what I mean? A completely different head. The only thing it has in common is the words, right?
It's a different fan base as well, bro. It's a different demographic that we're appealing to, especially over here, man. Like a lot of people that watch us in battles probably don't even listen to rap, and that's what the maddest thing is because it does. You can see it. Like you post a song, Dialect. You post Dialect versus Tony D as if it came out yesterday on the forum. 100 likes, bare views and all that, right? You do Dialect featuring Tony D on the same forum, not even half of that, bro.
No.
Yeah.
And that's just the way the scene is, bro. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, and that's what I mean. There's nothing wrong with the scene. I'm kind of glad I still came into battle rap. I think it's made me a better artist at the end of the day as well. Do you know what I mean? Just all the people I've met, all the links and everything. But it's been a good run. But I just feel like it's just not top priority anymore. I don't really need to like prove much more to people. So if I get into a battle again, that's just more of a personal thing for myself. You get me?
Yeah. Do you have
sharpen the sword?
Do you have any another question leading on from this? Like, I remember when you at the peak of your run, you were always in that title conversation.
Yeah.
Did you feel any sort of like, I don't want to say this in a way where I'm trying to like point out negatives and anything, but do you feel any sort of way about the fact that you never actually got to it because you had title matches, title match and stuff like that. But do you like, because did you have a singles one at any point? And I
never got offered a title shot, which
that's mad.
I think. But for me at the time, I might have felt a bit of a way about it, but at the same time, like I feel because I was maybe one of the better ones on beat, and people fucked with me with that. Like I kind of felt right if I don't get the title shot for acapella, which I think I did enough. I deserved it, but I just thought, well, fuck it. If I can try get maybe the on-beat title, then I got offered that a few times, like later on when I felt like it wasn't that important. I think I didn't get done dirty by battle rap because I got made the main event plenty times. I've I've put in a lot of graft and stuff, but I think it would have been sick to have one. But now I've definitely gone past the point of I just not bothered in it.
I think you got booked as a top tier in top tier battles. You're like the only person that got booked in top tier status battles that many times without a title shot. And it's a weird thing to say, but I think that's kind of cool in the sense because even though you didn't get what everyone thought you deserved, it's still cool that you were treated as like a Tony or like a or whoever else got a title shot. You know what I mean? So
definitely, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, so it's probably more positive than negative with that kind of stuff there, but. I've had a good run, but it's been a sick run.
Speaking of titles, so Tony and Real Deal, you lot are both. Well, you're the champ currently, Real Deal, and Tony, you were a former champ, and in my opinion, the best champ we've had, bro. Like I do mean that as well, man. Like you gave the title status, like you gave the title something to mean All right, see you later, Marcus, bro. All right.
Yeah.
I'll invite him back in a sec. But yeah, you gave it the title status and stuff. I wanted to ask you as well, like, when you were champ, what was it like to be at the top of the game for that long? Because you were a champ for a long time, bro.
I don't know. Like, I think other people gave it more credence. Like, then it was nice to be the champ, to be at the top, and to be considered on that level. Like, but it's not. Accolades don't mean. My favorite. It's like, see, like, but when I got into rap, I just wanted to be a good rapper. Like, I wanted to know. So if I went anywhere and I bumped into my favorite MC, if my favorite MC heard me rap, would he say that I'm good? That was pretty much it. And like, I got that to happen. Like, all my favorite MCs, my favorite UK MCs rate me. So I'm cool. Like, I don't need to sell records or to do. In terms of battling, it was good to have that. It was nice at that time because it was super popular, man. Like 2012 to 2015, battle rap was crazy. Like, crazy, man. Millions of views. Like, just globally, it went mad. But so I kind of it's good to be acknowledged for what you do, and it's nice to have something like I could say I was the champion. I was the champ at that time of that thing. But it didn't really like. Battle rap is battle rap. It's something that is fun for me. Like, I enjoy it. And to be honest with you, the last battle that I really kind of tried to win was the Yunnan battle. Like, and I knew I was giving up the title. I didn't want the title anymore. It was
bro. I remember I was there when you announced that live that you were giving it up. After that battle, you just had the performance like the 3-0 of a lifetime, bro. Like, and your performance was A1 as well, because like during that run, you gave nothing but A1 performances, bro. Like, and like even the ones where you're not as clean as you were like back then, they were still smoked 99% of everybody else that they were there, bro. Like,
that shoddy match had so much hype behind it. That was so dope,
bro.
And it's cool because in the States, I always feel like UK battle rappers are so undervalued, bro. So underappreciated. Like, you guys have to do, it seems like, so much more. You know what I mean? Like, to get to, you know what I'm saying? So to see that in the States, them have that kind of, hype for that title match, you know what I'm saying? Super, super, super dope.
Yeah, no, it's the most fun. Like, it's just good to be recognized, man. Like, winning battles is not even, like I said, I ain't tried to win a battle since Union. I'm here to entertain. I want to have fun with it. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's mostly about having fun and the crowd entertained. Like, even catching a body, when you battle someone and just muller them for 3 rounds, they ain't got a leg to, like, you just pat, 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 pat. Yeah. You know, like, just peppering, man. He ain't got nothing to say. Like, where's the fun? Where's the rewatchability in that? Where's the fun? Where's in what I'm giving out? I want the same energy back. You know what I mean? Like, so, yes, you want something to be entertaining on both sides. So that's kind of where my head was for the past X amount of years. Like, now, like Dialect said, that same thing, that the spark, like, I think, you see, when you in a battle, it let you write it. I want you to wake up in the morning and step on a plug. You know what I mean? I want you to wake up, like, pour all the cereal in your bowl and then realize you ain't got no milk. I just want petty shit to happen to you. I'm not in that, like, I'm just not in that mind state no more. Like, I don't even know if I want to get in there. So, yeah, I had fun being at the top of the game. It was nice. Like, I made hit, like, I'm there, solidified. If you talk about battle rap in England, you have to talk about me. I'm cool with that, man. Like, what more can I ask?
Facts. I think to kind of get to your point, I agree wholeheartedly with what Tone's saying. But for me, there definitely came to a point where I said, man, you need something tangible. Because, like, I had been in Scribble Jam, I had been on Smack, I've been like, I feel like everyone would be like, oh, yeah, he's got a legacy. But what I was missing was something tangible. So I agree with Tone. Like, for the longest, I was like, I don't care about pursuing the chain or whatever. But then I started to be like, man, like, I would like it publicly recognized, like, yo, this dude is put out in work. We're gonna put him in this situation. So, because like battle rap is subjective, we all know that. You know what I mean? Like wins and losses, whatever. But there was it probably a year and a half ago when I first got this shot. I was like, because like I had been on BT, like I'd been part of so many tournaments and never won. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, man, I need at least Even if I would have not won the title, I would just be recognized as that #1 contender. You know what I'm saying? On a major platform. So, I definitely it got to a point where it's like, I mean, I need something tangible in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Trev, with your title run right now, man, like your one kicked off to like a sort of controversial start because you battled Chilla, then you had to have the rematch with Chilla, and all the respect in the world for you just saying, "All right, I'll battle him again." Like, I love that, bro. Do you know how many men would be like, "No, I've already beat him." Like, especially like now, like I think that shows the sort of like veteran, sort of like experienced side of a like that era of battle rap where it's like, "Fuck, I'll do it again."
Bro, but you know what? I appreciate that, bro. And listen, they're my people, but King of the Dot dropped the ball on that. They made me look like a fool because my idea was, I'm like, I'm gonna battle him just to do some, like you're saying, you get it. Like, oh, that's some gangster stuff, right? He just all running back. Instead, they put this trailer out with like 4 people from Boston that are like, nah, man, you gotta run that back. Chilla was robbed or whatever. And then it's like the rematch. I'm like, yo, you just painted this narrative that I'm trying to battle him because I think that I didn't win or something. Like, how do you drop the ball on a good idea like that? And again, Organic, hit me up immediately. He's like, bro, I didn't get to see the trailer before it went out or whatever. He's like, I'm taking it down right now. I'm like, you might as well leave it up. Like, you know what I mean? Now you take it down, it's gonna sound like a. So I was, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little salty about that because I'm like, I think I just gave you a good idea and something that's not easy to do. Right, 3 more rounds for Chilla Jones. Remember, I had already battled him before, so I'm like, I'm about to battle him a 3rd time. Like, you know what I'm
saying? Nah, bro. Nah.
Material is still on the ground after 9 rounds, man. 9 rounds.
Man.
Yeah, like
I have nothing else to say about, man.
Bro. And that's so Danny, you get it. I don't know how King of the Dot missed it, but because I remember they hit me up. They're like, yo, we could get some people that saying you won, some people chilling. I said, that'd be dope. Like, it's an ongoing debate, right? All of a sudden, this trailer comes out with 4 people from Boston. Like, no, it was like 3 people from Boston, like Mickey Fax or something. I'm sorry, it wasn't. It was Method Man, Mickey Fax, like an old Boston Celtic player. I was like, yo, what is this? Yo, and I'm like, they got me looking like a whole clown out here, man.
Am I wrong in saying that there was some sort of race angle behind it, or am I completely bullshitting? Because I seem to have, it might be the Mandela effect. Like, I remember someone saying something about, oh, you know what it is, like with them King of the Dot crowds or something like that. And it's just like, oh, what? I remember, I don't think me and Frank were talking about someone, but I remember thinking, am I bullshitting? Am I just completely bullshitting here? There was nothing, was there?
Was it in my battle?
No. So in that trailer, was it like played towards the fact like that because it was a King of the Dot, like as in the stereotypical white crowd? Did they not play that narrative, or am I completely bullshitting? I seem. I don't this
think. I think they just because it was a short trailer. Yeah. But again, they just.
I think I see people on Twitter doing it, and I just because I don't think I watched the trailer, so I see people on Twitter doing it and saying like that sort of thing, like. And then I thought that was in the trailer, so I'm probably just bullshitting. But yeah, I just wondered. But yeah, that is a weird way to judge race, Dan. Always make it about. I'm joking. But no, like so I do remember when that trailer came out. I remember like it was a weird one. I remember they had a lot of like what looked like Chilla biased people on it, and then I saw Twitter saying, "Oh, it's because of this, that, and the other." And
they know they robbed him. Now they got to run it back. I'm like, bro. Yeah. How did you drop this ball? Again, however you feel about the battle, if you'd have felt he won or I won, the narrative was supposed to be, oh, that's some champion-like stuff to turn around and be like, I'll run the fade right back.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But so long story short, I mean, it ain't really nothing now. But I remember at the time I was like, what is this, bro? I was watching it like at a bar heated.
So as well, like I was wondering why we got you here. As you can see in the banner, everyone out there, go support Justice for Charlie. Please buy
much love. I appreciate that, bro.
Support the movement and stuff. Also, rest in peace, Charlie, as well. But yes, so talk us through it. Like, talk us what's happening. What's like the most up to date thing right now?
Currently, bro, I am 0 for 18 on getting lawyers, bro. I've been turned down 18 times.
Okay.
I have a lawyer that is looking at the medical records currently. When they sent me the medical records, they didn't send me all the medical, just complete scumbag stuff, right? So yeah, I have. I'm waiting on her, but in Pennsylvania, you have a 2-year statute of limitations to file malpractice. Okay. For receiving stolen property, it's 5. So they can come 4.5 years later and be like, yo, you got that Samsung from Walmart. We got to come see you. But if a doctor kills your dad or mom, you got 2 years.
Jesus Christ, bro.
And then lawyers, right? They look for something called gross negligence, like not even just negligence, right? This is literally what they said to me verbatim. He goes, like it definitely looks like they gave an infection, but how do we prove that? I said, he was back in the ER 24 hours after you opened him up with an infection. Yeah, the lawyer goes, yeah, but we look for something called gross negligence. Like, for example, if they were supposed to amputate your right leg and cut your left leg off. I was like, I need you for that word? Like, so here's the other thing that's real trash, because I'm trying to get some laws changed, man, for real. The statute of limitations, I'm going to need that changed. And the other thing is, if I wanted to just be like, I'll go to court myself, even though I know I'm going to get smoked. I can't even take them to court myself without another doctor to co-sign like, oh, yeah, he's got a case. And you can imagine how often doctors turn on other doctors. Never, bro. No, but if you wanted to see, I'm a teacher. You don't need another teacher to be like, oh, yeah, you could sue him. You could sue me. Why are doctors so overly protected, bro? I get it that, you know what I mean? You can't just open the floodgates and sue every single doctor. But again, man, like there's some things that is puzzling. In America, bro, between 250,000 and 440,000 people a year die of medical error. The third leading cause in the United States, bro.
That's wild, bro.
Behind cancer and heart disease, homie. Like,
so you said it's 2 years for the statute of limitation. How long's left?
February. So March 1st, I'll be down to 6 months.
And then what? You can't do anything after that, though. Like nothing at all, bro.
Wow, nothing. Okay, in the middle of a pandemic, bro.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. Wow,
and bro, this is with them, like I said, shortchanging my medical records, dragging out, sending them to. It took them 43 days to send them to me, and the whole time you're on the clock, bro. You know what I mean? This is, and after a while, like, so the first 7 or 8 lawyers turn you down. The next lawyer will be like, "Did you already ask anyone else?"
Yeah.
So if you say they'll just turn you down because they turned you down.
Yeah.
And
So this is like, I remember when I saw the whole thing come up about with your dad and stuff, and like what happened. I think I commented on one of the like when you first like started the whole movement and stuff. Right. I remember commenting saying the same thing happened to my nan and that, but I don't know what the law is over here. Like, Tone, do you know, is there a law similar over here like it is in America with that sort of stuff?
Bro, I'm in education. I'm not in law. I'm not none of that.
Fair enough.
No clue.
But the hospital did a similar sort of thing, did a procedure that wasn't necessary, which ended up leading her to pass away. And they admitted it, and they wouldn't. My granddad needed it in writing to then go and take it to court and stuff. And to this day, they still haven't put it in writing. And this was about 3 years ago. Like, like, it's not even just. This is not even like. I know I'm not trying to take it away. I'm just trying to like put this sort of like this issue into a way bigger perspective, because this shit happens all the time, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah, like, and 3 years, they admitted it. They looked me, my dad, and my granddad, and said like it was our fault essentially. Yeah. And the granddad was like, okay, and it was like, take us to court and that, and he was asking for like in writing. Between 3.5 years, still yet to get it.
And the other thing is too, bro. There's like a formula. This is real crazy. That they use to determine a person's like what their life was worth. Mm-hmm. So they look at my dad. This is literally because he's like, look, he goes, I'm sorry for your loss. The lawyer was like, I mean, he was 70. He had some comorbidities. So comorbidities means, let's say you beat bladder cancer 2 years ago, and you're good. You don't have it anymore. That's a comorbidity. So you're like damaged goods as a human being.
Yeah. Wow.
So they take, was he working? No, my dad was 70, he was retired, but he wasn't retired he didn't have no pension or nothing like that. So they go, I mean, what do you think it's worth? And I'm like, damn, that's so cold, bro. Like, That's the reality of it, bro. And he's like, it'd be different if it was like you know, you're young, you're healthy. I'm like, crazy,
it's
bro.
different, man. It's not different. You're a human being. Your life has
Exactly.
value as a human.
And what do they think? What do they think you're going to say when you say something like that to them about about your dad or?
So
anybody?
I mean,
that is horrible.
Honestly, though, the lawyer who, first of all, I respect he said it to my face, and secondly, lawyers aren't in the business of making you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in the business of money. There's no, they're not in the business of empathy and sympathy. So it wasn't like he was saying it. He was saying in a courtroom. Yeah, this is how they view it.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? So honestly, I appreciated how blunt and upfront he was. You know what I mean? Like he was like, "Look, man." He's like, whatever. He was like, "I lost my dad," or whatever he was saying. He was like, I know the value of a father. Unfortunately, this is what the courts look at it as. So it's for me, bro. Again, and I can't stress this enough. It's about accountability and responsibility, not malice.
For sure.
I'm not saying like, these doctors need to be X, Y, Z or whatever, but there needs to be accountability and responsibility, bro. And these levels of protection and fortresses that they put up for these people. And bro, like doctors that get found guilty of malpractice, they don't even get fired. You know that, bro? Like they don't even get fired.
Yeah.
Like unless you do something egregiously ridiculous, you don't even get fired. You get like something on your like medical license or whatever.
Joe, these people of power they don't get fired for literal murder, bro. I don't mean to judge them. This shit happens.
Well, that's the thing. Like I used to work for a medical protection society. Is obviously for like negligence and stuff. Yeah, it's like the amount of stories I've seen and what doctors can get away with, and kind of what their punishments are, or maybe just a bit of an extra amount of money on their insurance and all that. It's like now these people need putting back in training. They need to have other things been put in place to kind of show, this is where you've gone wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man. So
they're not even. They don't get to see what their like carelessness led to, and you know what I mean. Yeah. They can literally after that doctor did that procedure on my pops. I never seen him, heard from him. He was supposed to meet with us when we were sitting down discussing like what to do with my father. Dude said he had prior obligations and didn't show up.
What is wrong,
man?
That's frustrating, bro. Like, and it's not even uncommon. That's the worst thing. Like you said, it's the third most leading cause of death in America. Yeah, it's not just, it's everywhere. Like, I know, but I'll never shit on medical people, like medical staff. Oh no, like the NHS over here or doctors anywhere, I will never say a bad word about them. But when it comes to like mistakes like that, the procedures that go around it, or even the legal system around it, is a bit weird, bro.
It's flawed, bro.
Yeah, it's very flawed. Yeah. So what you're doing with this Justice for Charlie stuff, I do get it. I do get it.
And I appreciate it, bro. And like I said, man, it's bigger. It started out just about my pops until I peeled the layers back. So going forward, like I said, I'm your Graham. I'm thinking about people like that because this is so common, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like my inbox constantly like, yo, my uncle, this was supposed to happen to my aunt, XYZ. So again, it started out like I was very just tunnel vision on my pops, but it's bigger. I'm not gonna stop at 2 years. Like, you know what I mean? My goal ultimately is to change some rules, amend some things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe put in place, a Charlie law or something. Where look, man, if the statute limits, if the mistake is this egregious, you know what I'm saying, or this, or has this impact, we're gonna, you know what I mean. There's got to be some flexibility there. So
there has to be accountability, man. I mean, like you see in any instance of authority, whether you're talking about the police, medical. They investigate themselves and then find themselves not guilty of all things. You know what I mean?
Mind blown.
You see in all aspects. Like you got Trump just the other day, man. He incited a riot and they let him go. They're like, nah, we're not doing that one. The accountability at all levels above us,
man,
is like, and the thing is, they tell us, like, bro, we both in education. You know yourself, like where the buck stop. The buck stop with you, even if your school put you in a position where you shouldn't have been.
Yeah, 100%.
They're going to hold you accountable, but not the people that put you in that position.
I was going to say,
so that's how it goes. Like, so on all any levels of this authority, once it gets to a particular level, they don't hold themselves to account.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head though, man. They police themselves, bro.
Yeah.
They do internal investigate on it. It's crazy, bro. You know.
Yo, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut it short because we were going 4 minutes over time. I'll try to keep it 90. But yeah. On that note, bro, like everyone out there, please go support Justice for Charlie. Buy the merch and just support the movement in general. Big up Real Deal, big up you, Trev, for doing what you're doing, because I know you're trying to change the laws in America, but what the movement that you're trying to push and stuff, it affects everyone in the world because this happens to literally everybody on this planet, bro. So big up you, man.
Much appreciated, fellas.
Thank you, Free, for joining the podcast. This has been
man,
an amazing episode, bro. It's been non-stop.
Big up, Trev. Big up,
good to see everyone, man. It's been good to see everyone. You get me a bit. It'd be good when we can link up again, man.
Shout out all my fans and Papa West Trey and
yo, guys. So please go follow myself, Danny Jaqq, on Twitter, Tony D Poison for Tony D on Twitter, and Dialect Official on Twitter. Real Deal was the last minute edition. So Real Deal on Twitter. Real Deal Raps.
Real Deal Raps, yeah.
Let's go. Right, follow that on Twitter. But yeah, this will be up on YouTube in about a week or so. So big up everyone for locking in. This is actually the highest consistently viewed stream I've had. We stuck around 15 to 20 viewers the whole time we were online, which is good for me because we just started. So yeah, man, big up you fellas, man.
It tells you a lot about Tony, don't it?
The most universally loved battler, dog. Uncle Tom, dog.
Right,
hey, fellas, I appreciate the time, man.
Bro, good to see you, man.
Peace, everyone. Subscribe, boom, bang, safe. Let's go.
Soon, my days.